Hello, it's me, Just a Dad, and thank you for tuning in to my channel here. Thank you to everyone who has viewed and liked the stuff that I've been posting. All the nice comments are great, and my daughter is loving it. And so she has asked me to read more books. She said, do this, do that, and she picked out one of the new items I'm going to be trying out today for ASMR. And so I'm going to figure that one out. But thank you again for all your guys' support. The ASMR community has always been positive, I feel like. And as I explained in the last video, everyone kind of has their own type of feel, their own speciality that they like to enjoy and tune into. So at least this one, I'm going to be soft-spoken. I might throw in whispering here and there, definitely some tapping and such. And again, these are triggers that I personally like. And so let me know in the comments which one's your type of favorite to search. And yeah, we're going to jump into the new trigger I'm going to be trying out. But before I do that, I'm going to start with a couple deep breaths just so I can, kind of center myself. And yeah, we'll get started. Let's get this going. But that new trigger is going to be a teacup. Something that she wanted me to play with. She's really into princessy stuff, tea parties, and so she asked me, Daddy, play with my tea set. And I'm like, okay, if that's what you want me to do. So we're going to start off with a little bit of a I'm still figuring out this microphone situation. I don't know if it's too loud or if you guys can barely hear me, but we're just gonna figure that out. You're doing well, and you find a good video to watch to where you guys can relax. I've mentioned before, it's always, tough to find something that helps, but, one night at a time. Serves the best air. Like that. Maybe I'll use this one again. All right. And then I found some new ducks that we're going to kind of mess with. These things always have some kind of theme. A unicorn and a little duck elf. We have these everywhere in my house, so it's just readily available. Not fun to step on, though. Eventually, I'm gonna get the hang of recording myself and editing and audio. But I'm, enjoying these little things I can do. I try to take care of it all in just like one take. That way I can, go about my busy schedule. But yeah, taking the time and putting in the effort is like, it relates to everything. You just gotta put a little effort to keep moving forward. I've felt stuck for the longest time, and I was stagnant. I felt like I wasn't progressing the way an adult should. And then I started having kids, and then that's not an option anymore. You gotta keep going. You gotta go. And so the best thing you can do for them is, prepare. And if you're not, I wasn't, that's okay. You figure it out real quick. And then, my lazy trigger, because I can do this one-handed, and I like the sound of wood. And it's kind of fun to play with, so yeah, this is definitely my lazy trigger. Maybe next time I'll look up some good trigger words. Trigger words are always nice. It kind of just depends on who's saying them. But I guess that's why I like to read the book, or the books, just because I don't have to think of words. I just have to focus on saying a word right when I read it. I'm not much of a reader, so kid books kind of work well for me. And audiobooks are nice. But yeah. I also gotta focus on looking at the camera when I'm talking. Again, I can only do so many things at once. But we'll figure it out. That's kind of like my saying for everything. I let my fiance know, and she has like, what are we gonna do for dinner, or what are we gonna do for this? What's coming up this weekend? I'm like, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Yeah. And then I don't know where the other popping thing went, but I found another one. I think my son must have hidden it, but I think the other one might be a little bit more poppy-ish, but we'll make do with, what is this, a moon inside of a rainbow? I don't know, on a cloud, I guess. Not very poppy, but not bad either. But yeah, again, thank you for tuning in and joining me. And so, any suggestions, or more like what triggers your favorite, let me know. To each his own, or her own, or they own, or them own. Yeah. This one's not the best trigger, but I couldn't find the other one, so. And then lastly, a couple more deep breaths before we start reading. Alrighty. And so this book is another one of my kids' books. And this one is Guess How Much I Love You. But yeah, my daughter likes this one. My son's 1, so he can't read or know what he likes, but he likes looking at the pictures. And I think these books are very tingly just because of the cardboard. Alrighty. Let's open her up and see how we do. Little Nut Brown Hare, who was going to bed, held on tight to Big Nut Brown Hare's very long ears. He wanted to be sure that Big Nut Brown Hare was listening. Guess how much I love you, he said. Oh, I don't think I could guess that, said Big Nut Brown Hare. This much, said Little Nut Brown Hare, stretching out his arms as wide as they can go. Big Nut Brown Hare had even longer arms. But I love you this much, he said. That's a lot, thought Little Nut Brown Hare. Showing how long those arms are. I love you as high as I can reach, said Little Nut Brown Hare. I love you as high as I can reach, said Big Nut Brown Hare. That is very high, thought Little Nut Brown Hare. I wish I had arms like that. Then Little Nut Brown Hare had a good idea. He tumbled upside down and reached up the tree trunk with his feet. I love you all the way up to my toes, he said. And I love you all the way up to your toes, said Big Nut Brown Hair, swinging him up over his head. My daughter never liked being picked up like that. My son, he likes it, being thrown up and caught. I love you as high as I can hop, laughed Little Nut Brown Hair, bouncing up and down, 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 up and down. But I love you as high as I can hop, smiled Big Nut Brown Hair, and he hopped so high that his ears touched the branches above. That's good hopping, thought Little Nut Brown Hair. I wish I could hop like that. I love you all the way down the lane as far as the river, cried Little Nut Brown Hair. I love you across the river and over the hills, said Big Nut Brown Hair. That's very far, thought Little Nut Brown Hair. He was almost too sleepy to think anymore. Then he looked beyond the thorn bushes, out into the big dark night. Nothing could be farther than the sky. I love you right up to the moon, he said, and closed his eyes. Oh, that's far, said Big Nut Brown Hair. That is very, very far. Big Nut Brown Hair settled Little Nut Brown Hair into his bed of leaves. He leaned over and kissed him good night. Then he lay down close by and whispered with a smile, I love you right up to the moon and back. The end. Something I always tell my daughter and my son, my stepson, but everybody knows that I say this, is whenever I say, I love you more, and the kid, or the kids say, no, I love you more. It's impossible. It is impossible for my kids to love me more than I love them. I think many parents would agree. But one day they'll understand when they have their little nut brown hairs of their own. And so I'll keep doing this for them as long as my daughter asks me. She might make some recommendations. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate, the support. And I hope you guys, have a good support in your lives as well. And with that, it's me, just a dad, saying good night. Good night.